Last time, on the Adventures of Gaia. Pryo woke up in a strange room with a technological pod. He had no memories, but did find himself in the company of a mechanical bat, whose vision was linked to his goggles, and a man who had the sister to his radio communicator. After thoroughly investigating the building, they headed out to a dock floating in the flooded streets of the city, where a steamboat ferry approached.
I suggest you stay here. Could be a trap.
It sounds like so much fun, though.
You have a weird definition of fun. Pryo turns and goes down the stairs to go to this dock.
Okay, you head back down.
Okay.
These rooms seem to have been maybe offices before. There's old desks and chairs broken up around.
Okay, he looks in one of the drawers. Does he see any papers or anything, or any computers?
There's bits of papers here and there are some tablets.
Picks up a tablet, presses it.
Doesn't seem to work.
Okay, he walks out to the boat launch.
Okay.
The dock, rather.
Dennis, are you following?
Oh, I'm almost walking side by side because I'm ready to sink my hand into that water and kind of like play with it a little bit, kind of pull it up, see if it's still murky in my hand. Look at him smiling like, what? Like, this is amazing.
and here's Pryo face when you do that. As far as you could tell behind the mask and the goggles, Batty's face is like this.
Yeah.
For a brief moment, you think about pulling the mask down to fully express your lack of amusement.
He does. He really does. Okay. Let me know when the boat shows up, because I'm going to have questions for Mr. Boatman.
Eventually, you see it coming. You hear the steam motor coming initially, and then it comes around the corner, comes up.
Okay. Pryo says, kind of over his shoulder to the man, he says, there was 3 exits inside, 2 good ambush spots. There was a creek on the 3rd stair. So if anyone ambushes us from behind, you should hear it.
Dang, I am impressed. I don't say that, but I just smile. Like, okay.
Okay. Like, what are you smiling at? Like,
yeah, weird definition of fun.
Yes, the weird definition of fun. Okay, Pryo puts his hands... actually, Pryo just kind of holds his hands and waits for the guy to show up.
Dennis, you are actually impressed with Pryo's abilities. You're fairly good at what you do and detecting people and watching out more from a distance rather than close. And that creak on the stair, you missed that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Speaking of missing things, buildings are around us, I assume. Mm-hmm. What district do I think we're in? It's
an odd land. There seem to have been quite a few, as I said, 3 to 5 story, depending around. Sure. You're pretty sure you're in a hospital/pod recovery place. That's where you're sure you were. And behind and around seem to have been residences, apartments, that type of thing. This land, which you find odd, given the area you know you're in, how high dense it was. So this was obviously a land that Gaia's blessing maybe left and flooded. Because once upon a time, that was a city, quite a thriving city. But that's been mega cycles since it was. It's been in disrepair for a long, long time. And that is something you're familiar with, that in Gaia that does happen.
Pryo has no idea what you guys are talking about.
Nope. You are very concerned about this ferry, dude.
Yeah, and he's also kind of eyeing out of the corner of his eyes. He's looking for ambushes coming from the roofs or from the windows.
Okay, the boat starts coming up. As it gets closer, you see the deck of it and a bearded guy. He's a stereotypical ferryman, white beard here, little sailor hat, turtleneck. His one eye is squinty. In your brain, for some reason, you think, "Oh, he could use sleep." Strange. You definitely, Danus, think, "Ooh, he could use these pods inside here to recover." Don't know why he hasn't. Okay, the ferry. Do you step out onto the dock, either of you?
I have. I forgot to ask, did Pryo notice that this was a hospital or a past medical center?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So that's changing the hypothesis he has in his head.
Oh, okay.
He's thinking that we were wounded and dragged here, and we have some kind of amnesia. Is now his working hypothesis.
Okay.
One of them. He's got like 10. most of them involve killing Danus.
Oh no!
He must be some kind of plant or something. This has got to be a double cross.
The flowers scintillate as you're waiting, Danus, and make cool patterns in front of you, and almost like it's communicating.
Super cool.
The steamboat eventually comes up.
Okay, Pryo walks up and takes out those 2 ceramic bits and holds them out in his hand like this.
He walks up, looks at them. Come on up. Ela's the name. Which end you headed to?
The other one.
Whichever way's out of here.
Well, either end is out. Which door do you want?
Let's flip a coin. Let's just say, does straight get us anywhere?
It's the closest.
Closest is good. You want out? I look at my fine feathered friend.
Your fine feathered friend doesn't say anything. Okay, he gives the ceramic pieces to the boatman.
Okay.
Says, what is this place?
My boat?
No, this place. What is it? Who lives here?
Oh, our land. Well, this is the Great Flooded City.
Yeah, so I heard.
Well, good for you.
Do you know who operates this hospital?
Who operates it? What? He looks you up and down with his one eye. It bulges out at you. He looks at Danus. Maybe you should put him back in the pod. I don't think he's done cooking. Seems something wrong with you.
How'd you know I was in a pod?
Because you came out of the hospital.
Did you see who took me in there?
Oh.
Have you seen anyone come or go?
Well, there's these guys. Okay, he points behind at the back of the boat. So the boat has the big center steam column, and his little ferry wheel is in front. At the back, you see some benches. And back there are 3 individuals, male and female, that actually look quite similar. They have light purple skin and purple hair. And beside them is a female figure. She's got white robes on with gold down either side and a gold symbol on the front. She's got her hair covered. She's got creamy white skin. You know her as a prior healer.
A prior of Gaia. Pryo doesn't know that. Pryo realizes that she's obviously some kind of rich or different kind of figure. Okay. Has the boat master lied to Pryo as far as Pryo can tell?
Did you roll your detective?
I'll roll it. Critical.
Nope, doesn't seem to have.
Okay.
Barely seems to care that you're there.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Okay. Pryo turns and looks at these passengers.
The couple that look similar are holding each other and cuddled up. The prior looks up. She smiles.
Pryo immediately assesses them tactically. He looks for trails in their clothes where their UV has gone to hide weapons. He looks for bulges. He cycles through thermal to see hidden weapons.
Okay. The couple don't have anything. They look like they could need a good meal, a good sleep, a good bath, a little bit of everything. And you can see that the one female of the couple had recently been healed. There's still some bruising left, but you recognize somewhere in the back of your mind the prior healing. The prior, she doesn't seem to have much on her. You do notice that on her robes there are some hand marks and odd grabs where you're pretty sure there might have been a tussle, so to say, and something was taken from her there. That's all in UV, which, if I'm not mistaken, Danus, you see in UV as well. So you recognize all the same things whenever I describe it. Only a little better, because I'm pretty sure yours dips, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not you care or not, but that's what you see.
I care, but I'm having a good time. Today's a good day.
Yeah.
I fail to understand why.
You can see where these hands had grabbed her, probably from behind, and grabbed something that was in a pocket or something. She looks up at you as you examine her. Her magenta eyes look at you. She kind of smiles. She stands up and walks towards you both.
Okay, Pryo pretends like he wasn't looking at her.
I kind of turn half sideways, like now starting to get a little concerned. Not too concerned because you said it's prior.
Yeah.
But just like, what you doing?
Okay.
Go ahead.
She smiles. She comes up. She goes, "Blessings of Gaia upon you. Do you need healing? Do you need help? I overheard something about a pod."
No, but the captain seems a little tired.
I know I've offered healing to him, but he refuses. Don't need it. He's driving.
All right, Pryo.
The ship has slowly been taking off. It moves very, very slow. There's a bit of a breeze out here. However, it's warmer. As in the purple sky, you now look up and there's a deep, deep, deep purple sun that beats down on you. It's making the water that you're in evaporate around you.
Crazy.
The prior stands in front of you. Did you need any healing? Her magenta eyes look at you. They seem kind and calming.
Pryo just looks at her. She sees a reflection in his goggles. That's it. Then Pryo looks away.
She looks to Danus. She says, "Is your friend all right? Can he speak?"
Hey, yeah, my friend. It's got a good ring to it. Yes, can speak. No, he's fine.
All right then.
Pryo
she
stops.
looks you both up and down for a
Pryo
second.
turns and says, "Can you return memories?"
Oh, I could attempt to.
Pryo says, "Yeah, do
I
that."
haven't been a prior for terribly long, but she holds her hands out to you.
Okay. Pryo takes his gloves off. He sticks them in his belt.
Okay.
He puts them out.
Okay, she takes her hands. Her hands are warm and soft. Okay, you see purpley magenta light start to appear as she looks up. May all the blessings of Gaia and the great Praetor help us. Okay, the light envelops Pryo. You feel better. You feel cared for. You feel loved.
Oh.
He smiles for a second, Danus. You're pretty sure that's an oddity.
It's like this. That's the extent of the smile.
Are you hurting him? Or is he broken?
In a way, she is actually.
And you feel the warmth going all over you, healing you. And then there's this odd yellow eyes appear, something, and you have to pull away.
He pulls his hands back.
She goes, "Are you?"
He touches the white mark on his face.
She goes, "Oh, She looks at Danus. She seems confused. "I did not."
He puts the mask back up. He puts his gloves on.
She says, "I did not hurt you. There's something blocking your memories, I'm afraid. I'm sure with more help from Gaia, I can... Maybe if you came back to my priory... I've just joined the order, but perhaps they could help you there."
Okay. Pryo has an instinctive distrust of these priors for no reason he comprehends or knows. He, nope, 99. That's not going to make him go do it. Okay, he stammers something about, no, thank you, sister. I will, he mumbles something, mumble. And then he turns around and doesn't look at her.
I'd be happy, and just as she's saying something, you can roll surprise.
Whoa! Do I get to add detective to it?
Of course you do.
62, I get a critical.
6, 1 off from a critical.
You're not surprised. She was about to speak to you, Danus, and you heard, just as Pryo instinctively felt, water erupt beside the steamship as you see a clawed amphibious hand come up, and a head pulls up with 3 big black eyes, a big wide face, some wardiness to it, very froggish, and pushes itself faster than you would expect at you. Its tail, it's got like a serpent fish tail that wraps around, hits the deck, and 4 more have come from either side. The boatman just looks and stops. Oh, crap.
Pryo says, keep driving. Shing! He drives kukri, and he kind of stands in front of the woman. And he kind of...
She screams, ah! Oh, no!
All right. Pryo thinks, finally, a problem I can solve. Problem my muscular thews know how to solve.
Let's roll initiative and bring your character sheets up.
I get 392. Actually, I'm charging, so I get somewhere in the neighborhood. I get to add my movement speed to my attack roll because I'm charging. And I get something along the lines of 550.
Initiative's around 167 or so, but if we were prepared or we weren't surprised, do I get the extra 200 or whatever?
You weren't at the ready, which is what the 200 would give.
I'm going to pull the SMG.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Pryo, as you go to attack, you pull them out and are moving faster than anyone expects. Yet at the same time, you see your strange friend, self-declared friend, has stood up and out of his armor, an SMG assembles as he turns to the frog creatures towards the back of the boat that seem to be attacking the couple.
Why is Pryo not surprised?
Pryo, you may go.
Pryo has a number of attacks with the 2 kukris. With a 97, it's a critical fail. He steps forward and goes, he trips. He doesn't fall and impale himself.
Okay.
But he trips and goes, and kind of rushes forward, discombobulated.
You slip on some of the frog fish slime, and you're still a little foggy. You pull the weapons out, and you have images of fighting other things before, something in the water.
What?
Flowers blinking you. Boof, you're back in the fight as the frog beans come out.
Okay, well, I still get my dirty boxing extra attack this round.
Yes.
And I will still get an offhand attack this round.
Yes, you will.
And I could get a multitasking mental attack this round if I remembered I had mental attacks. But I don't remember I have any mental attacks. So I get a dirty boxing hit.
All right,
so
then.
I will attack. I'll roll. Hopefully this is not a critical fail. No, 71. That is a critical.
All right.
I try and I run into this fish monster and I go, oops. And I just try and stab it with the kukri.
Okay, you trip and slip and battles and go through your mind, and suddenly it's in front of you, and you just keep moving with the momentum. And you hit towards it. It goes to move, but its odd fishy shape doesn't move so great with its front feet dragging it across, and you hit it for how much damage?
554 points.
You impale it thoroughly. Its guts spill out onto the deck of the ship.
I lift it and chuck it in the water.
Okay, you flick it over. The bits unravel as it goes down, falls back in the water. There's another one that's right in front of you, kind of squeals an odd and swipes out with its talons. You see those claws are awful black looking.
Ooh, I spin and hit it with the blunt end of my kukri because I had a dirty fighting attack this round as well. Critical, 39. I think that should just do my punch damage. I don't think it would be that crazy. That is a mere 296 points.
Okay, you punch it in the face, and just as its life starts to leave its triple eyes, it reaches and tries to scratch at you with its hands, its clawed. But your gloves, the odd metal of this, odd fabric of this glove seems to repel any claw scratches.
Okay, I kick it into the water and go, ugh.
You see the ferry boatman has got a billy club style piece of wood. It's not really fashion. He's swinging at the fish monster thing as it moves back and forth. Get off my boat! You may go, Danus.
How many more are left? Sorry.
There is one attacking the people at the very back. There's 2 more at the front of the boat.
We're going to go for the burst fire. It's minus 20 to attack.
Okay.
So we're going to give it a go. Let me roll real quick. I got a 20 for the first one.
Yes, you got a critical.
Yeah. I want the driver to be safe. That's the first thing. He needs to be able to move the ship. So that's where I would have fired.
Okay, you line up the SMG, which you're quite familiar with, carefully, bring it down, and just shoot. Okay, the bullets go through the front of the frog creature and hit him right in the eye.
Let me roll then. Oh, that's going to do, 110 damage? Are they alive?
This one is completely, you've blown his fishy frog brains out through the back, up the side of the boat.
A smile cracks. And I'll roll for, failure! Failure does not get it. I get a little cocky with my smile because of how well the first one went, but
you're
it
like,
does
finally,
not
I'm
go.
out.
Yeah.
You turn, you're like, and the people are a bit moving it around and, don't you, God, they're trying to move back. The Pryor has now seemed to gain some composure and has gone to the back and is casting something, and you see a field go around the 2 people and herself as the frog creature scratches at the field.
Perfect.
You hear another splash at the back of the boat.
What was that splash?
The ferryman has gone around the far side, and you can hear him yelling, "Damn Otepi, get off my boat!" You decide to go around the side opposite the boatman, because he doesn't seem to move quite quickly. You can hear him hollering and swinging. He's hitting the side of the boat.
I get 524 for initiative.
Wow.
Dennis, you're closer, so you get to add 100 to your initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and he has a drawn weapon, so he gets
another 200, so 430.
430. Okay.
Yeah. You're standing there, smiling, a little bit excited, a little bit cocky, but now you calm yourself and bring yourself back to your training.
Slightly sweating because it's still muggier than I'll get out.
Oh, and the frog guts are making it, the Otepi, as your ferry captain called them, is making the deck slippery and gross as they slime around. Even with that, Pryo manages to slide past you to attack. You may go first, Pryo.
How many Otepi do I see attacking the boatman?
There's 2 in the back here. There's one attacking the force field, which is the one closer to you. That's where the Pryor and the 2 people are.
Yeah.
And then around the other side towards the back of the boat, that is where the captain and the other Otepi are. Yes.
All right, I fly. Okay, then I just run at that Otepi and I stab him and just force him off.
No, he's quite intent on attacking the force field.
Lovely. Oh, lovely, because I have this thing right here. Anyone looking at my character sheet.
Ooh, backstab. Pryo is backstab.
Pryo's like, oh yeah, right. I know where vital organs are on things.
Suddenly you feel this impulse to hit it at the back of the spine. You're pretty sure that's where, now that you've seen some guts be spilled, that's where you can sever it and end its motion the quickest.
With an 11, that's critical.
Very critical. Okay, you come up behind it and put the blade, force it right in its squishy back. There's some weird seaweed type hair out the back, right between the spine. It was biting and scratching at the force field and just stops and slides down the force field. You have a dead Otepi on the end of your blade.
Okay, Pryo just lets it drop.
Now there is one more left that your ferry captain is fighting at the back.
Can I pin it to a wall of the boat?
It's closer to the side of the boat, so you could pin it to the side. They drag themselves along. They don't have back legs. They just have that fish mermaid kind of back.
With 88 is a critical, I pin it to the wall.
Okay, do you throw it or you're doing it with...
I throw it.
Okay, you throw the kukri, flips over, impales the Otepi, and you see it shiver, and the captain starts hitting it. Damn you darn stupid fish! Go! He's smashing it. He goes, "There, stay the hell off my boat!" He turns. He starts just walking back as if nothing has happened. Just leaves the squashed brains everywhere. Turns around, walks back to the front, kind of tips his hat to you guys. Keeps walking.
Okay, Pryo spins around to see if there's any other attackers.
You see over the edge that there's a few swirling around in the water, but you would need a ranged weapon.
Pryo looks at them and thinks that there's something he should be able to do. Some kind of attack thing he used to know, or multiple ones of them, actually.
You rack your brain and you just get a headache. Your head starts to throb, you know, the kind right at the front temples.
Okay, he goes, maybe I can push them away with a forcey field glassy thing like she just did.
All right, you're going to be doing it you're rolling at half for your temp score.
Okay, that'd be 160.
60. Mm-hmm.
And so let's turn on the... Oh, never mind. It'll be too hard. I'll just roll here. 93. That's not a critical, but it is a success.
It is a success. Kate, your head is hurting, throbbing. You see weird eyes and odd swirls. A hand reaching out to you. You push past it and makes a field just like the prior had made, only a slightly different color, and pushes the Otepi kind of out and away at an angle from the boat. You can shoot them.
Me.
You, however, can still shoot them. You have a ranged weapon if you so choose.
What do they look like? Are they realizing defeat, or are they like, we're hungry, we're coming in?
Most of them go down. One, however, it's a little larger than the rest of them, is still swirling around, scratching at the force field. You can tell it's trying to figure out where to go.
No, not okay. Let's shoot that.
Okay.
Same thing. Burst fire mode. 22. Not a critical.
Still a success.
Still a success. 110.
Nice. Okay, you just let loose. The water, one bullet kind of goes through the water and hits it. You see its weird black blood start to swirl up. The next shot hits it through where presumably a heart is, and the third clips it right through the head. You see its black ichor brain start to leak out. It puts its claw out and slowly floats back. You see its eyes go dead as it floats down in the water, and then the darkness surrounds it.
Warning shots to the other two.
Kate, you shoot.
13, and then a failure on the last one. But
okay,
yeah.
It goes at the last shot. You're all impressed with yourself. You're smiling. You kind of look at Pryo like, did you see? Did you see what I did? You accidentally hit a building across the way.
Yep.
Meant to do that. Do that.
Yep.
Nice job, guys. Successful combat.
I'm just gonna smile.
You both get.
And just gonna say, what a great day, and I don't even like fish.
Nice. Okay, both get +3 for successful combat.
Yes.
Okay, the prior, she's calming the two people. They're just shaking. You can hear her force field comes down. They said, that's what we need to get out of here. That's what we were telling you. They come and they bite you and you get so sick. She goes, I know, it's going to be just fine. You see some light kind of envelop them that comes from her hands. They go, okay, all right.
Okay, Pryo walks up to his kukri on the wall and then pulls it out, and that's the fish body just falling to the ground.
Okay, the slime, the black ooze kind of goes towards your boots.
Okay, he steps over to the side of the boat and just kind of wipes the edge of his kukri on the side of the railing, and then sheaths them.
Okay, the prioress comes up to you. Thank you both. This is a dangerous land, and I do not know why anyone would choose to live here, but I've been working on evacuating people. The Otepi are not the worst thing here.
Okay, Pryo doesn't like the sound of that.
Care to share what is?
Well, you need to go through this land to get to the crossroads and to head to my home, where the priory is, of course, in Belize. You're familiar with the area, I'm sure, if you're here. She said some people, having been forced out of the lands because of the raiders, they took up residence here. We're missing quite a few people the last time I came through. You don't want to go to the school.
Pryo says, raiders?
Raiders are taking up both on either door outside of this land. They don't come in because, of course, she points to the water around. She said, in fact, I myself lost... Okay, you see her blush. I was supposed to be bringing an important religious piece, and the raiders attacked me and the 2 people I was helping. They disappeared and stole my... Okay, she seems to be lost for words.
So let me guess. The UV of the whoever was roughing her up is similar, if not identical, to the UV of the raiders who attacked her. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
She says the raiders exist on both ends of this land, mostly in the Star Crossroads. They come from the boulders. But Gaia protects me. Okay, she bows her head. You think, what's she doing? She just said...
Give her a half bow, like a, yeah.
Okay, she goes, blessings of Gaia. She smiles at you. I do hope to be able to recover the artifact once I get these people to my priory. I intend to go back and I'll get it back. Okay, you can both roll any kind of assessment, detective, or just even pattern recognition.
Okay.
Critical?
PR is pretty... Success, not a critical.
You both actually look at each other. There is no way this prior is defeating any band of rovers. She can make a good force field. And she seems to be quite adept at healing in that you felt quite good, Pryo. Okay, she smiles. She goes, I'm sure Gaia will help me.
What does she look like again?
She's about 5'5", fairly...
Magenta eyes.
Yeah, she's got magenta eyes, pale skin. You see the odd wisp of a silver hair come out. And she's in her prior robes with the priory symbol.
Can I whisper to my friend? Well, if Gaia's going to protect her, do you feel like being Gaia with me today?
+1, nice.
Pryo just looks at him.
Really? Oh, man.
And what did she say her name was? Or does Pryo remember? Pryo probably doesn't remember. Or she didn't even say. Okay, Pryo looks over the side of the boat on kind of both sides. And goes up to the captain.
Yeah.
Are these attacks of these Otepi common? Okay.
The more people on the boat, more food. Okay, he just keeps looking and driving. Don't worry, I've got old Slammy. He points to the stick behind him.
Yeah. Okay. Pryo looks for any
impressive.
kind of cloth or any kind of way he can wipe off his blades. He'll check them for nicks.
You have a cloth in your bag with a whetstone.
I don't want that fishy
Nice job.
UV on any of my stuff, so I'm going to use his cloth.
He doesn't have, there's no cloths, there's nothing on here. There's this little shack on the back, but there's a closed door. You imagine that's probably where he lives, maybe? Or takes lunch.
Oh, okay. All right. He looks in the water and tries to make sure, he uses thermal, tries to make sure there's nothing there, and he washes the kukris quickly off in the water, just washes them off.
Danus is reloading his...
Oh, yeah. Let's make it kind of just back into me.
You see that, Pryo?
Yeah, it kind of looks, he kind of marvels at it internally. He doesn't show it on his face, but he's kind of like, oh, okay, that's how that works. Okay, he goes to the prior.
She's sitting there.
He says, you said there was raiders off either door.
Yes.
How many?
How many raiders? Is they're a band. I don't know how many. I don't know if they have a membership or if they would keep track of that.
Where's your priory? How far from the door?
Oh, 2 days travel. Once we get through the door, there's the Star Crossroads, a day travel in, and then a day travel to the next door. Belize's just on the other side. It's much safer there. Our priory is close to the Belize door. It's beautiful. You should, given you're having memory problems, you should come. We could help. Take some respite.
Okay, a lock of the silver hair grabs Prio's attention again. He kind of...
Something echoes through. You actually feel like a physical something right in your chest, and it passes.
He says, "Excuse me." He
goes,
coughs.
"Oh, I can't. Would you?"
And he kind of looks off, shakes his head. He says, "The raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Where do they position themselves?"
Sadly, the Star Crossroads have lots of places to ambush travelers. Typically, we travel in groups to keep ourselves safe, and often Gaia's protection is enough. However, they've grown in strength recently and grown more bold.
Why the shift in strength?
The rumor is, she leans in like she's a schoolgirl telling you some great secret. The rumor is they have a new leader. And we're not supposed to gossip, but apparently
I think Gaia will forgive you this one time.
Oh, okay, she covers her face and her cheeks blush up. He's apparently quite powerful. He was part of another cabal and left. He's taken over the raiders and organizing them. That's the key to the issue we're having, is their organization now. Before, they were just lawless and roving about. In fact, often we would go feed them and heal them to help, and it would keep them from accosting passers-by. But now they've become much more focused and more vicious. Okay, you see her kind of collapse in, and
Is there any UV that's not hers on her lips or face?
nope.
Any UV that's not hers on her hands?
Oh yeah, well she's got
On the back of her hands or wrists?
Yep, there's some a grab, like a single grab that when you look at it would be from behind, grabbing her arm, which is part of that scuffle UV you saw earlier.
Okay. If my detective tells me anything else, let me know.
Any wounds she may have suffered, she is quite capable of healing. You know that, so.
All right. Pryo considers. And when I say considers, he turns away from everyone and is looking some other direction.
Okay, she's standing there. She looks at Danus. She says, "So perhaps you would like to accompany us and come to the Priory, or?"
John, friend, John, what do you say?
You and John? She smiles.
It might be on our way.
We're
It
almost
might be on
there,
our way.
people.
Pryo doesn't answer.
Okay. She goes, "I'll leave you both to your thoughts then." Okay,
No, he's warming up to you. I can tell. He does this to me all the time. We're like best friends. We're like this.
Oh.
I think we've known each other since as long as we can remember.
Oh, that's so lovely. Plus one. That's so lovely. It's so comforting when Gaia provides us with our, well, I won't make presumptions, but mates. She smiles.
I turn and look off. I try and mimic exactly what he did, and just do the exact same thing, and kind of pull over and stand by him and look off into the buildings with like a face like this.
Okay. Pryo looks at her when she says mates, and he just goes,
I know.
He just shakes his head.
Or very good. Remember your training.
Pryo doesn't laugh.
Did not mean to offend. Friends are fabulous. I'm just gonna go back over to to take care. John and I'll be over here. Okay, she turns. She looks back twice as she goes over.
Oh, the double take.
Okay. All right, my children. Okay, she goes back to tending to the two people.
Mm-hmm.
You're both looking out. Well, Danus is copying Pryo. Door ahead. Okay. You see at the end, you're coming close to where you saw the boat turn earlier, Pryo, when you looked out. And the jungle has actually come up against, and you see an odd pixelation happening as if it's come, the water has come up and the vines have grown up. Even though it looks like sky, the vines have grown up to a slight dome. However, you see in the vines an opening with a colored light, a green light there. And there's a wooden dock that's been nailed together.
What in the So the sky is actually a simulation, mm-hmm. and the vines are growing on it and screwing up the simulation, the hologram or whatever it is, slightly.
Yep, there's all like pixels where it's touching.
Okay, Prio's looking at it like, what is... He kind of looks at this. He now realizes he's in a giant dome, and he's like, what is the what? Like, what is going on? Where am I? This place is crazy.
You can see that actually, Danus makes sense. You can see that there's been some kind of construction to hold the water back, so that because the door is partially under the water as well, and there's been shoring up, as if this has been adapted in some way. Okay, Captain starts. Boop, hits up against the thing. The Pryor and her charges get up. You two are closer to the front, so you're sort of blocking the exit to get off the boat.
Okay, Pryo gets off.
Okay, you jump off, you hit the dock, shakes a bit.
Thank you much, Captain. I'd tip you, but you're probably heavier than I'd think.
Good luck. Okay,
yeah.
He starts to spin. You're not even off. You're like, ah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. The Prior's talking to her people. She says, "We're going to be just fine. I promise." She says. Oh, God. Okay. She presses the button, and the door slides open, and you see a shimmer in the light in over the door, and through it you can see a completely different land. It's dusty. There's these large boulders, and there is a road, a gravelish type worn road where people have clearly gone back and forth, and scrub sort of trees. It's, if I can just say, it's all orange. The trees, the branches are quite orange. There's a weird, imagine sort of seaweed that's orange, but it's in air. The boulder's orange. The sky is orange. And you see a large cut sort of going up and into the sky, as if there's a ring around this land itself. Okay.
Pryo is amazed for a moment and in awe, but not for that long. He puts his hand over the portal so no one can pass. He says, "Wait."
Okay, the Prioress was like, "Oh, what?" But
okay, he looks. He goes, right. What do I do again? Oh, yes.
Batty takes flight, goes through the door. You see a little ripple as he goes through that field.